What's going on, Internet? And welcome to another ARFCOM review. I got you on that one. Today we are looking at the Henry 4570. This is specifically their X model. Ours looks a little sexier than usual, but it is a pretty cool rifle, and we're going to get into how I kind of want one.
Yeah, when you're going T-Rex hunting, I mean, you got to step up your game.
I kind of want one. We'll get into that after a short word from our sponsors.
Today's title sponsor is TMVC.com, your source for good old-fashioned, all-American night vision, just like Mom used to make.
See at nighttime. Nighttime seeing is important. Don't you want to see things? Seeing things is better. What's wrong with you? You don't want to see things. TMVC.
And by Vault Pro, proudly manufacturing the finest American-made safes, vault doors, safe rooms, and storm shelters. When you buy from Vault Pro, your safety, security, and privacy is their only priority. Vault Pro has never and will never release your information to another party. And by PWS, now offering their advanced BDE suppressors in 4 caliber options, 7.62, 9mm, 22, and 5.56. These suppressors offer revolutionary sound control, all while remaining lightweight and tough. Easy to clean, easy to install, and easy to maintain. These suppressors will make shooting even better than it was before.
So this is the Henry lever-action rifle chambered in 4570. It was the X model prior to this coolness that's kind of happened. It did come with a synthetic. Well, the X model specifically comes with a threaded barrel and with synthetic furniture that gives you a bit more capability right off the bat than just the wooden one we have up on our wall actually over there. The Big Boy Brass, which is as traditional lever-action gun as you can get. This was catered more towards the modern hunter, is my guess. So you can have either like an IR light or a...
You're not going to feel as bad about scratching up black polymer as you are like brass and
for sure.
wood furniture.
Oh my God, we dropped the Big Boy Brass.
Yeah.
Somebody didn't close the case.
Yep.
And I dropped it onto the concrete.
Yep.
And I've been sad for 2
Ever
weeks.
since, yeah. It also does come with a front section here for a bipod, and it has little sling swivel
Also
placements
for
here.
a bipod.
Also for a bipod, yeah. So I think it's pretty awesome. I think as it comes, MSRP is $1,090 according to Henry on the website. We saw it for as low as $939. I don't remember where we saw it for that, but somewhere on the internet as of recording this video. One of the things I liked about this for being, they specifically on the X model, they didn't try to make it like Grandpappy's lever gun. I do like that they went, it's very similar to a Parkerization. I'm not 100% sure what kind of finish it is, but it's like a very matte black finish. This is a bit more reflective, which you could scuff for, I guess, rattle gun, for a rattle can, you guys, for those of you that are brave enough to go do it. But this was meant for use, which I thought was kind of awesome. 4570 specifically, we live here in Texas, and we have
It's a
hogs
hateful round.
and things of that nature that people have talked about 223 not being enough, or even AK rounds. You have 7.62 by 39, saying that's like
Yeah, I think that's
entering
Texas
into
keeps 300 black going because of all the hog hunting, right?
yeah. And so 4570, though, has existed for a very long time for being a straight wall cartridge. Man, it's a hateful. It's like a 300 grain projectile that's going like 800 feet per second. 1,800 feet per second. Yeah, it's a lot of, and that's like not the hottest load you could probably get for 4570.
It's kind of scary to think like what 5.56 does at 55 grains.
Right.
Like, hey, what does like 6 of those at the same time?
at the same time at the same speed. Yeah, it's kind of wild. I think the base gun, it was really actually, especially because we got to shoot in the same day we shot the Big Boy Brass. It has very traditional buckhorn sights. They did opt for, there's like a really neat little like brass front sight that we immediately lost
In the
while
sun,
looking
it
in
was
the
pretty
sun.
hard to, yeah.
This has a 3-dot sight with all fiber optic, which was really, really nice. They went with like a highlighter green in the front and then the orange,
Well,
like the hunter
I think it's what
orange
you
in
were
the
saying
back.
earlier. Like this is, I feel like this is definitely more for like use. Like
Yeah.
this is definitely for going
This
out
is
in the
not
woods.
a wall gun, yeah.
Yeah, that is, you could use it,
Sure.
but it looks good on the wall up until the point someone touches it, and then
Yeah.
you have to go get your alcohol wipes and wipe the fingerprints off of it.
I really like, the more we shot it, the more I liked it. The less my shoulder liked it,
No.
but the more I liked
No.
it, yeah. But I definitely think that like it's no longer like this niche kind of fun. Like really and truly, once you get north of 400 or 500 pound animals and up, 4570 starts to make a ton of sense. This wasn't, I think it was only a 7.4 pound gun. before we added all the other stuff to it.
Yeah.
It wasn't particularly heavy. It was actually rather handy. And then like you have what also feels like a cool gun, but is also like a very functional. We had no issue shooting steel at 75 yards. It's as far as we could get in our outdoor range.
Broke. Steel
Steel target, yeah. But it I don't know. I think it provided a really cool, nimble, like hunting package.
When we first shot it, like, yeah, it's cool to shoot, but 5 rounds in, you know, like I'm a larger dude.
Very done.
I'm like, okay, this is a gun. I feel it. And like it kind of wears you out over time.
Yeah.
And while yes, adding all of this extra stuff on here definitely does make it heavier, it went from like, I don't want to shoot this more than like 10 times without taking a break to like, I want to like mag dump this, and like
legit
the barrel
dumps.
is like
He did 10 rounds in a straight sitting. Yeah. Loaded it, doom, 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 went through it, then reloaded it, doom, doom, doom.
It feels more comparable to like birdshot in a 12 gauge or like some super light like 5.56 gun. Like it's a lot more tame with all of this on there.
I think the brake too. I've seen a lot of people that'll shoot it
yeah.
with a suppressor, which acts very similar to a brake that takes a little bit of that
as soon
recoil
as we
bite out of
went
it.
to I got home from the range, I started looking up cans.
Cans for it, right? I will say
This would be an amazing suppressor host.
The website says 4+1. Ours is 5+1 for
Yeah.
some odd reason. We did try it. We were able to load 5 rounds in the tube. The last really unique thing about these, I think this was in 2019, they added side gates to Henry guns. I know the Marlin guns had side gates for a while, but this is both tube and side gate
I'm a Marlin
fed.
boy. I love my side gate.
And so I like the tube for downloading so that you're not just like racking them out, but the side gate is considerably more convenient in the field so that you're not. I also like not having to put my hand anywhere near the business end of a gun.
Yeah, or you get yelled at by like the RSO because you're trying to load with the tube.
The 4570 goes in the 4570 hole.
If you can keep that down just a little bit off the ceiling.
I'm with you.
The RSOs are not a fan of the underbarrel loading.
This is a very oddly specific story. But I would suggest Ranger Point Precision equipment if you're going to pay someone else to put it on there. It is a huge upgrade, I will say that, as far as weight, because I think it really tames the gun out. It's not that you're getting any performance bump out of this. It's just it being heavier, you feel it a lot less.
After putting all this on there, like if I had to give it a number, I'd say like in the ballpark of like 20 to like 35% like reduction in recoil.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it is like it takes the
lot.
edge off like quite a bit.
We only put a flashlight on the front of this guy. Shout out to Surefire. It's a pretty cool little setup we have on there. You could do it with the original forend. You would not be able to put the ammo quiver here on the front of it or on the back without doing some real fuddy weird stuff with a drill and a Dremel that you probably shouldn't do. I will say the easiest thing to put on there would be the top rail. Shout out to Ranger Point Precision. This thing is pretty hot.
So we got the handguard, buttstock, the Comet brake.
Yep.
The
quivers?
The T-Rex takedown screw.
Oh, dude.
The quiver, and
That
then the
thing's
optic
hot.
rail.
It was cool. I really like it. I think the gun is, like I said, not for everybody. I think if you're recoil sensitive, go buy a 22. This was one of the most fun reviews I had. This reminds me a lot of the M70 where we just had a blast shooting it.
I was going to actually say the same myself. This is one of those
Yeah.
where I was like, oh, super pumped. Like, we're going to go play with this thing.
Yeah. For those of you that are privileged enough to have some experience with this, let us know about your experience in the comment section. I will either agree or disagree with you in there, but either way, we'll have a conversation. We do answer all of the comments that are in there. If you'd like to see us on social media,
If you want to hang out with us on social media, AR15COM on all of the socials. If you want to bug these guys on Discord, down in the doobly-doo. If you want to hang out with store brand Micah, he's going to be there hanging out waiting for you. If you want to get great deals, Google ARFCOM deals. Until next time. Wait, hold up, stop. Hit that subscribe button. We'll catch you next time.
bye.
Wolverines!